unless this is your first time here, I'm the Northwest Fisherman Chris, and today we're going to be cracking open the Monster Bass Gold Box for the month of July. So let's get this thing opened up. I'm not really sure what's in here this month. I forgot to even read the update I get, giving me a heads up on what I'm getting every month. So it's going to be a surprise for both of us. Monster Bass Live, helping you catch greatness. Gold Series, this is the box we're doing today. I also have this one. It tells you what's in it most of the time. Not always do the baits that you get in the box are the ones on here, because it's done regionally. Pointers from the pros, ultimate time tested lure. Here we're going to talk about, what is it? It's going to be a jig, I'm thinking. Interesting. So yeah, you're going to fish, jig. So it's going to be your grass, your humps, your ledges, but pretty much everywhere. You can just throw a jig anywhere. I completely agree with that. Next up, we've got the trailers for the jig, which, okay, so a lot of people don't understand. There's two lure categories which I consider to be the most complicated and the most difficult to effectively use and to effectively get the right color combination for, and that's jigs, because there's 100 million different colors of jigs, and then the trailer, and the jerk bait, because there's so many different colors of jerk baits. You got sinking ones, you got spinning ones, you got floating ones, and then your actual timed cadence of using it. I think that makes them the two hardest baits to use. Not to say that there aren't 100 million options for large worms or like Texas rigs or Carolina rigs, because there are, but I feel like jigs are a little bit more difficult to effectively get correctly over a Texas rig. Let's see what we got next is chatterbait. Okay, so chatterbait, if you are in shallower water than like 16 feet, go for it. Basically anywhere that you think you get bit on a spinnerbait and you're not getting bit on a spinnerbait, and vice versa, chatterbait and the spinnerbait. Love them both a lot. I catch a lot of fish on both. But yeah, so let's check this out. Grass, definitely. I love hanging mine up in grass. Humps, just yo-yo it through. Ledges, drop it off and pull it up, let it buzz the face of it, or cast down the side of it and yo-yo it down the side of the ledge. Open water, yes and no. You kind of have to be in the right kind of situation for open water, in my opinion. Riprap, definitely. Just be careful about getting it hung up. Points, yes. Always fish points and always fish like pockets. Docks, absolutely. Rocks, absolutely. But once again, just be leery about getting it hung up, because I found that chatterbaits and bladed jigs and jigs in general, they like to get hung in rocks. That's why football jigs are a little bit better for rocks, but depending on the crevice that you get into, I really think there's a chance that you're just going to lose it. Trees. Okay, so with docks and trees, I don't know if everybody has the same amount of luck with their chatterbaits like I do, and that's because they're attracted to wood. I fish mine right through trees with a lot of success, but I'm going to be the first to admit I've already lost 4 black and blue jackhammers this year. So, I mean, when you fish around trees, accept the fact that there's a chance that you might lose them. Also, watch out for ropes. I lost 1 this year to a rope on a buoy that wasn't even, it was like 3 feet underneath water. I never even saw it. Big summertime staple, and that's your topwater. Absolutely topwater. You really? I fish topwater absolutely anywhere that I could get away with throwing it and not just getting it completely hung up. Bait Hacker, MLF Monthly. There's your Astro tables for this month and next month. And just double checking, you know, some important dates here. Okay. Everybody that's got their PB from stuff in the box in the last month. And there we go. Let's get to the important part. Let's get into this box. Okay, let's grab this first thing here. Okay, so this is the Vicious Fishing V-Pop 80. So this is obviously a popper. It's 3/4 of an ounce, 80 millimeters long. So it's like a plus size popper. Because I want to say most poppers are like 60 to 70 millimeters. I was actually thinking about picking up a giant plus size popper. And Vicious, you know, I actually really like the Vicious baits. I'm pretty satisfied with all the ones I have, especially their jerk bait. I like it a lot. But let's check this thing out. What color is this? Green gill. So you've got your black top, and you've got your stripes on your side, nice like muted green color there, and nice pearl belly with a little orangish red spot there in the front. And of course you got that big red mouth, and you've got that awesome feather tail. The hardware on this, the hooks themselves, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, they're EWG-esque. Okay, what I mean by that is the very end of the point of the hook is pointed inward to help you with hookup. It's not quite an EWG style treble hook, which is like my favorite style treble hook. If I could just buy only baits with EWG style treble hooks, I would. But not all baits come with them. This is actually works out great because I'm getting ready to head back to Texas. I just came back on vacation, or not on vacation, but like for the weekend. So let's give this guy a listen. Oh, that's a really nice, solid, crisp rattle. For those of you guys that don't know how poppers work, because let's be honest, not everybody knows everything, and this is kind of why we're here. So a popper, it floats on top of the water. Okay, it just sits there. And then when you want to retrieve it, just pop it. And it splashes water and it rattles. And then you just let it sit there. Think of it as kind of like a topwater jerkbait, except for it's one pop, then pause. Or you could go pop, pop, however you want to match your cadence and to whatever type of water. One thing I will recommend is if you do see it has a follower, do not change your cadence. Just keep that rhythm going. And if anything, speed up your cadence just a little bit. You don't really want them to get a super good look at it if it's clear or water, because they will take a better look and be like, you know what, actually, that's not a fish. So, but yeah, guys, plus size popper, this is a win in my book. This actually is great timing, absolutely great timing. Alright, our next thing from Thunderhawk, the SGT, the Sergeant. This is a 1/2 ounce. I think that S is going to mean that this guy is suspending. Wow, this is... Thunderhawk baits, their packaging is really good. Okay. The color on this is going to be black gold. Oh, S is for silent on this, guys. It's a silent. So let's crack this open and see what we got going on here. Okay, so this is a 1/2 ounce silent lipless. Oh, even though it says it's silent, it's still got the tiniest rattle. Interesting. That must be just the weight inside there. Either way, this isn't suspending or anything like that. It's sinking. One really cool thing about this to notice offhand is, I don't know how long I should be able to show this, but where the hook's attached to the body, they're free. So there's not going to be a point in time where this is going to bind up where you could possibly lose the fish. So that's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of that. Now these, on the other hand, these are not EWG style treble hooks, even though they kind of looked like it for a second to me. But yeah, we've got this wonderful black gold pattern, nice black back, super shiny gold sides. This is going to be a good bait for slightly dirtier water. Plus, with it being silent, with it, if it's a pressured area, this would be a good bait. Just because it's going to be different, it's going to be unique, and you're going to be relying mostly on those vibrations. That's going to be a fantastic bait. Okay, I'm not even going to hide it. I'm a little bit biased. This is a Strike King Red Eye Special Spinner. I love spinners, guys. I'm not even going to try to deny that, so I'm a little bit biased on this. But I'm really happy and excited with what I've got so far anyway. So, this is going to be a white chartreuse, and it's a white chartreuse. We don't need to know. So the Red Eye Strike Kings, they have this nice little red eye right here in the front, and they've got the nice decal on the blade that's reflective. I don't know how well that's going to show up on camera, but it is reflective, and it's got that polished other side, and then it's got that forward secondary Colorado, which is also nickel. But back over to this side, it's got a nice painted decal on there, super reflective. It also has the red eye, so it kind of gives it the illusion that there's two fish there, not just one for bait. Same color profile, same everything. It's got nice hardware on here, super nice ball bearing. Wow, why can't I think of that today? Super nice ball bearing swivel. Wow, okay. Yeah, I figured it out. So the skirt on this, it's a nice silicone skirt. Let's check out the hook keeper. Okay, I guess we're not going to check out the hook keeper because there isn't one. But this is a nice neutral size bait. And what weight is this? 3/8? So this is a good all-around size. This is a perfect all-around size. This might not be perfect for some of you bank guys, but it's definitely one to keep around. And always remember that when you're fishing spinners, jigs, or like bladed jigs, put that trailer on there. That way there's more mass there for the fish to suck in. Because when they open their mouth, they need something to help draw it in. I'm not saying you can't get bit like this, but every little bit helps, guys. Every little bit helps. Next up, let's see what we got here. We got 2 soft plastics, and we got some Ned heads. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about these Rage Tail cutter worms. Okay, these cutter worms are pretty cool. It's definitely a swimming worm. Color on this is blue, crew, red flake. Okay, so it's a green pumpkin with blue and red flake. So go ahead and rip this guy off, this little attachment here. Rip that off. So when you're swimming this worm, you're going to know if this tail is working or not because you're going to feel the flutter. Kind of like when you're fishing a crankbait. Are these coffee? Yep, they're coffee scented. Yep. Let's see how much salt's in here. Can I? They're not quite as salty as I had hoped. I'm not really pushing any salt out. But the nice thing about these are, they do have this tiny little slot. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but there's a slot right here to bury your hook into. Here, you know what? Let me... Okay, let me just grab a worm hook here real quick, and I'll rig this up to show you guys that. Just real quick. Okay, so this is a 5/0 worm hook. That's what it looks like, guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to go in through the head, all the way up, just like that. Keep it centered. You're going to want to find this point, and you're going to go opposite of that. You're going to pull this all the way up. Now when I tie this, I go all the way to the part here where it bends, so that way, because I like to pull the soft plastic I'm putting on my Texas rig, I like to pull this up over the nut to help protect it from the weight sliding back and forth. So we're going to go through like that, straight through the worm, slide it up, got that little channel right there. Just barely skin hook that hook, or that worm, just like that. And bam, there you go, ready to go. I also noticed that it's got a groove on the other side, so it doesn't matter top or bottom how you do it. But there you go, all rigged up and ready to go. I'm actually pretty excited about this. I was trying to pick some of those up this last week, and I wasn't having a lot of luck finding some color profiles I really wanted. And last up, we have the Helicross in a color called Hot Craw. Let's check this guy out here. Okay, so this is, okay. Oh, hold on. I gotta separate its class. This, remember, with your Z-Man baits, they're elastic. So you gotta really try to kind of beat them up to get that free. So this color, oh, it might not show up. It's like a super dark reddish brown with a lot of black and gold flake in it. Nice larger bodied bait. This is a really good swimming bait. I like to use this for trailers a lot, and if I'm going to use like a, this is like a good Texas rig bait for popping. But they sent us these Ned rig heads, which I'm kind of at a loss what they would be for. I'm not complaining about the hardware for this. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But we're gonna hook this up here real quick. So we're gonna go through up to that. We're gonna hook in, and we're gonna push through. Oh wait, no. Hold on. I'm a little slow today, guys. Okay. Got that up like that, and then we just have to pull that just like that. Okay, so with elastic baits, and because these Ned heads have that little hook keeper right there, that little bait keeper, you're gonna have to kind of just pull it and beat up on it because it's elastic. So don't really feel afraid about beating up on it a little bit, because that's kind of what you got to do to get it to work and to be the way you want it. But very important thing with elastic baits is that you want to make sure that you rig it straight, because you can't, it's not as forgiving to move it around as like a normal plastic bait. But yeah, there you go. Plus size Ned rig. Actually kind of really like that. That is a good idea. I might not have done that on my own. I do like that a lot. Last thing's in the box here. I got my golden ticket. Oh, this is actually really cool for 4th of July. I like that a lot. Big MONSTERBASS decal, big American flag. Alright, you got one. Fish angler. So this is probably for an app. I'm going to have to check this out, because I get it for free because, well, I'm a MONSTERBASS subscriber. I wonder how long it's free for. Either way, super cool value. I'm going to have to check this out and let you guys know what I think about it. But yeah, that's it for this month's box. Super awesome way. I'm going to throw this stuff over here because I'm going to take that back to Texas with me. One thing I noticed about Texas water, especially since I was in the Houston area, which I'm getting ready to head back to Dallas this next week, is there is way more like private no trespassing water than I would have expected. So a lot of my time I spent, especially carrying all my camera equipment and everything to the first couple like places I went to go check out. I got there and then found out that I couldn't fish there rather quickly. So that was kind of lame. And when I finally did find a really good place that I was kind of unsure about, but there was no fishing signs or no trespassing signs, I completely killed them. I definitely see how those Texas boys just go out and knock out like a whole entire video in a brief afternoon session, because the fishing in Texas really is on fire. In the middle of the day, I was killing them. In the evening, I was killing them. Almost as bad as the Texas heat was killing me. But anyway, that's it for the gold box for this month. I'm going to be dropping the platinum video here soon too. So go ahead, feel free to check that out. And if you're not already, if you would hit that like, comment, and subscribes. All three of those would really help me. The channel's growing really, really well. Right now, I think we're at like 325 subscribers, which is fantastic. I think I'm going to do a giveaway for 700 subscribers. I'm going to come up with something really neat. Maybe I'll pick up a couple things in Texas this next trip, and then have some Northwest stuff in it, and then just kind of like a nice giveaway like I did last time, but a little bit more variety. But yeah, that's it for me. Just remember, stay safe out there, especially if you're in that heat. If you're in that sun, take care of yourself, drink a lot of water, wear sunscreen, or even better yet, wear sunscreen and your UV protective clothes. I know I did, and it probably saved me from being roasted like a lobster. Watch out for animals. You know, you got your poisonous snakes, spiders, stuff like that. Be leery of mosquitoes. Try not to get eaten alive by those either, or gators if that's in your area. Definitely watch out for snakes. Just normal stuff. It's summer. Everything's out. Everything's cruising around. Be careful of boaters, speaking of things cruising around. But yeah, guys, just remember, get out there and FAFO. Fish around and find out. Take care. See you later.